All right, everybody, I'm Ryan Young with Luke Manderfeld here at the Iowa State Daily. Yesterday, we talked to Iowa State President Steven Leath about the Big 12 expansion. The Big 12 is currently in the process of interviewing tons of teams to potentially join the league, and he said some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, and Leath has he participates in this expansion because he's one of the 10 university presidents in the Big 12. So he has a vote on the Big 12 board of directors. So he's directly involved in this. He's also on the NCAA board of directors, NCAA board of governors. So he's involved in athletics. But the interesting thing he said was that he believes his expectation is that Big 12 expansion is going to happen. And he actually gave a timeline. He said between now and Christmas time, he expects all the details to be hammered out. But where they're at right now is they're interviewing potential schools to join the Big 12. With the schools that you mentioned, there's 20 of them. ESPN reported. And what Lee said he's looking for is a combination of athletics and academics. He kind of weighs them the same. But obviously, he was pretty candid yesterday, more candid than other university presidents have been. That's what we know from him.
Yeah, and among these teams looking to join, there's Memphis, Cincinnati, Houston, UConn, Central Florida, and BYU are really some of the bigger names among those schools and some teams that people think are more likely to end up joining. And he made some comments about BYU also, because recently in the news, LGBT support groups and advocacy groups have stated that BYU doesn't do a good enough job accepting an opening to the community. Yeah,
BYU actually has like a code of honor that explicitly says that homosexuality is not allowed on campus, and that's upset LGBT communities, and they've actually asked the Big 12 to not even consider BYU for contention. But Leath said he's gotten a lot of input on both sides of the issue, it seems like it's been by like email or letters, and he's actually looking into the code of honor, and he wants to get the interpretation himself because he said he doesn't want to take people's word for it because it seems like a lot of people have their own interpretations of this code of honor. But what he said is he wants to give everyone a fair shake. And BYU, obviously, it's an enticing offer. He didn't say that directly, but looking on the outside, it's an enticing offer because it gives you, kind of a West Coast market in Utah, and it's a football program on the rise. They won 9 games last year, so it's definitely an enticing option, and that's why it's been rumored to be at the top. But Leath said he's just going to do his own investigation on this stuff, and
yeah. So as we know more, Big 12 expansion will likely continue on through the fall. And hopefully, like Leath said, we'll know by Christmas time, and we'll see a very different Big 12. So we'll keep you updated as we know more. For Luke Manderfeld, I'm Ryan Young. We'll see you next time.